Hello students, today we will read 5th chapter of Footprints Without Feet, and that is Footprints Without Feet, written by H.G. Wells. Herbert George Wells. He was a great writer who wrote novels, history and science fictions. The most famous works of H.G. Wells are The Time Machine and The Invisible Man. This chapter is also taken from this novel, The Invisible Man. The story, Footprints Without Feet, describes the story of a brilliant scientist, Griffin, who degenerated himself into a lawless person. Griffin discovered that human body could become transparent and invisible, but he misused his great discovery. He did not use the power of invisibility for the welfare of the society and humanity. He misused it to threaten, trouble, and beat innocent persons and rob them. He made illegal entries in stores and shops and stole things from there. Griffin remained invisible or unseen only when he was without clothes. If he put on clothes, he lost his invisibility and could be seen by the people around him. The lesson gives us a message that misuse of science and its great discoveries can make even a brilliant scientist like Griffin a monster and a threatening, lawless person. Now, first we will read the introductory part. Can a man become invisible? This is the story of a scientist who discovers how to make himself invisible. Does he use or misuse his discovery? Already I have told you about the introductory part of the chapter. Now let's move to the lesson, that this chapter. First we find two boys. The two boys started in surprise at the fresh, muddy imprints of a pair of bare feet. So here there is entry of two boys who suddenly noticed a few muddy imprints. Muddy means full of mud and imprints means impressions, signs. Full of mud, impressions of bare feet. Bare means without any shoes. Bare feet. What was a barefooted man doing on the steps of a house in the middle of London? And they started wondering that what was a barefoot man doing on the steps of a house in the middle of London. And where was the man? They also started thinking that where was the man, as he was nowhere to be seen. As they gazed, as they looked or stared continuously, a remarkable, a noticeable sight met their eyes. What was that? They suddenly saw another footmark. A fresh footmark appeared from nowhere. So they just suddenly saw another footmark, and the man was still not visible. That they were not able to see any person there, any man there. Further, footprints followed, one after another, descending, coming down the steps and progressing, moving forward down the street. So they just started following the footprints. They followed them, and the boys followed, fascinated because they were very surprised, until the muddy impressions became fainter and fainter. So until the footprints became fainter, and then finally at last disappeared altogether. They became invisible. The explanation of the mystery was really simple enough. That mystery, that explanation of this mystery, that how they are just becoming fainter and fainter and then invisible, that was really simple. How the bewildered boys, the confused, highly surprised boys, had been following a scientist who had just discovered how to make the human body transparent. Actually, they had been following a scientist who had discovered how to make the human body transparent or invisible. Who was that? It was Griffin. Griffin, the scientist, had carried out experiments after experiments to prove that the human body could become invisible. It was Griffin, the scientist, who had been working for a long time. Experiment after experiment means he had been working for a long time to see how to make the human body invisible. Finally, he swallowed, he gulped down, he consumed some drugs and rare drugs, and his body became as transparent as a sheet of glass, though it also remained as solid as glass. So, it was Griffin who had been working for a long time to see how to make the human body invisible, and suddenly one day he consumed certain drugs which made his body invisible, though it can be felt. That means as solid as glass, it can be felt. Griffin was a lawless person, brilliant scientist though he was. No doubt he was very brilliant scientist. He was able to make a great discovery, but Griffin was rather a lawless person. His landlord disliked him and tried to eject him. That means tried to drive him out. That means tried to throw him out. His landlord disliked him, and his landlord tried to draw him out or throw him out of the house, and then in order to take revenge, Griffin set fire to the house. So, he took revenge how? He set fire to the house of his landlord. To get away without being seen, he had to remove his clothes. But to save himself, what he has to do? He had to remove his clothes to become invisible. So, anyone who was, as he wanted to be invisible, he had to remove his clothes. And then what was the result of that? Thus, it was that he became a homeless wanderer. Wanderer means who moves here and there, tramp. So, that means he has to roam around without clothes and without money and quite invisible, until he happened to step in some mud and left footprints as he walked. His presence was felt after he stepped in some mud, and his footprints could be seen as he walked. So we just come to know that Griffin, no doubt he was a great scientist, he was able to make a big discovery, but he was a lawless person. We have to just remember all these points to prove this thing, that how he was a lawless person, how he was breaking laws and orders. That means he was not following law and order, the laws of the society. That's why he was called a lawless person. Now, come to the next. He escaped easily enough from the boys who followed his footprints in London. He easily escaped the boys who had followed him. How? By becoming invisible. But his adventures were by no means over, but he had many more adventures coming up. He had chosen a bad time of the year to wander about London without clothes. Why? Because it was midwinter. The air was bitterly cold, severely cold, and he could not do without clothes. No doubt he was able to ditch everyone by becoming invisible, but that was a bad time of the year to roam here and there, to walk aimlessly in London. Why? Because it was midwinter and the air was severely cold and he could not do anything without clothes. Instead of walking about the streets, he decided to slip into a big London store for warmth. So he decided to move inside a store for warmth. He decided to stay inside a store for warmth because he was without clothes. Closing time arrived, and as soon as the doors were shut, Griffin was able to give himself the pleasure of clothing and feeding himself without regard to expense. As he went inside the store, the closing time arrived and the doors of the store were shut and nobody was there inside. He got food to eat and wore new clothes without paying for, without regard to expense, because there is no need to pay for it, because there was nobody inside. And he broke open boxes and wrappers, that means covers, and fitted himself out with warm clothes. Soon, with shoes and overcoat and a wide-brimmed hat means having wide boundary, he became a fully dressed and visible person. So he got food to eat and wore new clothes without paying for. He became visible again as he wore shoes, overcoat, then a wide-brimmed hat. He then found, in the kitchen of the restaurant, he found cold meat and coffee, and he followed up the meal with sweets and wine taken from the grocery store. Then he found cold meat and coffee in the kitchen and ate them. After that, he also had sweets and wine from the grocery store. Then finally, he settled down to sleep on a pile of quilts. Quilts means warm covers which are used to cover ourselves during the winter season. So he slept on the pile of the quilts kept nearby, but what was there? That means he was able to sleep properly. He just relished a sound sleep and could not wake up on time. If only Griffin had managed to wake up in good time, all might have been well. That means he was not able to wake up on time. As it was, he did not wake up until the assistants were already arriving next morning. So next morning, when the helpers came and started approaching him, then when he saw a couple of them approaching, he panicked, he got frightened, he became nervous and began to run. So in nervousness, he began to run from there, and what he has to do? They naturally gave chase. Chase means run after. They just gave him a good chase. That means all the assistants, all the helpers just ran after him. And then what he has to do? He has to just remove all his clothes to become invisible, to escape himself. In the end, he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So, how he was able to save himself? Only by removing the clothes which he has just got from the store. And this time, then, so he has to become invisible. He has to remove his clothes to be invisible. So once more, he found himself invisible but naked in the chill January air. So once again he was invisible but naked, that means but without clothes, in the chilly weather of January. This time he decided to try the stock of a theatrical company in the hope of finding not only clothes but also something that would hide the empty space above his shoulders, because otherwise when he was having complete dress, even then his appearance was weird, his appearance was strange. So he has to just hide he has to cover his face also to hide the empty space above his shoulders. So this time he decided to try the clothing of the theatrical world, as he knew that he would surely find something there to cover his face with. So where he reached, shivering with cold, he hurried to Drury Lane. Drury Lane is a street in London, that is called the center of the theatrical world also. So he reached Drury Lane, the center of the theatrical world, as he was shivering with cold. He soon found a suitable shop. He made his way to enter in the shop, invisible, upstairs, and came out a little later, wearing bandages round his forehead, dark glasses, false nose, big bushy side whiskers, and a large hat. So he was able to get so many things. He found a shop according to his needs and he entered into it. He came out wearing bandages around his forehead, false nose, side whiskers, and a hat. Then, to escape without being seen, he callously, that means in a cruel manner, cruelly, attacked the shopkeeper from behind, and after which he robbed him of all the money he could find. So as he didn't have any money, he attacked a shopkeeper in a cruel manner from behind and robbed him of all his money. So we can say he was committing various crimes to feed himself, to put on the clothes, or we can say to find out something for himself. But again and again he was just threatening the people, he was robbing the people and making money. That's all for today. First of all, we will just do the questions which we have left in the beginning also. How did the invisible man first become visible? So what will be the answer of this? The invisible man could remain invisible only till he had no clothes. The moment he put on his clothes, he became visible. It was bitterly cold, and being without clothes, Griffin needed some warmth. So he entered in a big London store. He broke open boxes and fitted himself with warm clothes. He became fully dressed and became visible for the first time. Second one is, why was he wandering the streets? No doubt Griffin was a brilliant scientist, but he was a lawless person. His landlord disliked him. He wanted to eject him. Just to take revenge, Griffin set his house on fire. Now he had no place to live in and had no money, so he became a homeless wanderer without clothes, without money, and quite invisible. That's all for today. Okay.